I love how we're just buffering.
We're just like,
We're kind of like,
it's
it's
not
like,
working. Hold your
come on,
smile.
little
Hold your
sweet
eyeball.
Milo.
Kind of thing.
I
Oh my
know. I
God.
know. No, we're just getting monsters. What a way to start the day. Hopefully, your internet connection's a lot better than ours. But anyway, it is Thursday today, the 21st of January. It is a historical day for everybody in the US. And we thought we would spice things up by bringing in somebody from the US. Now, this man right here is responsible for a lot of those feel good tracks that I know you guys have been singing along to. I mean, happiness, man. That's all I can say. This man, he's just a lot of good things rolled into one. I guess you could say he's basically love and everything else. See what I did
And
there? See what
he
I
is
did there?
living the dream. You know what I mean? When it comes to, I'm going to quit my job and I'll pursue my.
Mhm.
We're going to witness that. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us from Florida, give it up for the one and only John K.
Hi,
Wow.
John.
Hi guys. What an entrance. Thank you
Oh,
both
well,
for that.
you
Especially the
deserve
very beginning where you were waiting for the record button to go on and you're
Right?
just
I was like,
frozen for like 10 seconds, like looking for it, waiting for that.
Listen, nothing screams 2020/2021 than buffering, then people starting meetings and they're on mute, and everyone's like, "You're
Yeah.
on mute, hun. You're on
You're
mute,"
on
and the
mute.
person's like, "Right." I mean,
Yeah.
that's just as
I mean,
as real as it gets.
that's what songwriting is now too. You realize that, right? Like I'm writing music with people all over the world like this. And not only are we trying to have to get over like the buffering aspect of it, but it's also like we have to vibe and be able to try to piece together these songs without physically being able to touch each other. So it's challenging, but super rewarding in the long run when you get an idea that actually works.
and
Oh
you know,
my
it
god, I
requires
love that he
extra
shared
patience,
that.
right? Yeah, I mean, it requires extra patience because you got to do
Yeah.
multiple takes of vocal parts when it's not syncing quite well. You
Yeah.
know, and
I mean,
by the
it's
way, love the John K neon sign in the background.
check it out.
Love it, gotta love
Yes,
it.
he has to represent, John, since you're talking about songwriting and, the weird adjustments and the new normal that everyone's had to do. I mean, aside from that, how have you been? Because it's going to reach like 1 year, with this whole lockdown, not
Yep.
lockdown, quarantine, not quarantine.
Yep.
So throughout this entire journey, I mean, how have you been?
So there's been a lot of different seasons to this particular year. I think that there was the first season was kind of like, oh, this isn't going to be that bad. When's it going to end? And that's when we started doing some Zoom sessions. And then it was a lot of, wait, this might never end. And then we started doing a lot of listening. And it was through that listening, I listened to all the music that we had been writing because we'd been traveling so much before everything shut down, doing all these different writing camps and all over the place. So much so that sometimes maybe I stopped to actually listen to the songs that we were writing. And so I was forced to face myself, challenge my own drive. Like, am I going to wake up every morning and go after it and really have the same focus where I don't have a calendar full of things to do? And I started listening to all the music that we'd been working on. And I was like, there's a lot of good songs in here that we should finish some of these. And that started kind of the journey of Love and Everything Else. And I don't know that this album would exist without the pandemic, because it was a chance to sit back and listen more than just try to write the next thing. Write, beat yourself, write something better. And so it was through listening and having to kind of slow down a little bit that this project was born. And I just was really passionate about giving music and putting some music out there because I knew how bored I was and how much I craved new music. And I wanted to just release it so that people had something to do.
And
Ooh.
when it comes to like writing songs and music, you did say that you took a listen to the ones that you used to work on. Were there
Yeah.
ever a chance or an opportunity that you wanted to change the beat? You wanted to change the structure of the song? You're like, oh my God, maybe I could
Most of them, we changed almost everything about them. There's a lot of, from the initial birth of the idea, which is so exciting, to the actual release, so many things changed, especially on the song Happiness. I think there was like 7 or 8 different versions of that song at one point.
Whoa.
And it was a song that we'd worked on for like 2 years. and something about it wasn't right. And once we listened to it, I remember we listened to it in like July, and we were like, we have to put this out right now. This song hit me totally different. It is a 2020 song, and we need to get it out so that people can have something to kind of be their anthem, to let them know they're not alone in this, and that there's other people that feel this way, and like, happiness, where you been, where you going, are you coming back? Like, that just needs that. It hit us in a totally different way, and added kind of the extra inspiration and motivation to finish that song and put it out as fast as possible.
Gosh, but to me, you know, happiness, hearing it when we started playing it, I was like, gosh, the song is perfect. Little did I know that there was this huge backstory behind it. But, you know, John, what I find so incredible about you is that, you know, you took 2020 as an opportunity to really reflect. And in that, you helped create this music, this album that, you know, people really did cling on to, especially at the start, even up to now. But, you know, when things were weirder and everything was still a little new and nobody knew what exactly was going on, your album really was like that light in the darkness. And, you know, it's just that feel good kind of album that you listen to, whether you're at home, at a friend's house, in the car. Was that something that you wanted to do? Was that like an intentional thing for you? Like, this is going to be an album that's just going to be upbeat. It's going to be light. It's going to be happy all throughout. Because other artists, they turned the other route. You know, they were like, I'm going to give you all these like sad songs so we could emote in the shower together. But Rise is literally like, happiness, we're going to have so much fun. Like, was that the point?
So I think that's genuinely who I am. As a person, I'm like just super optimistic, and I love to write songs that feel authentic to me, and those really did. And so I think it's more of a reflection of who I am, and not what I was trying to do. But we did spend a huge amount of time really focusing on the track order. And I wanted it to feel like a little bit of a ride. So you could listen through top to bottom and have it. We organized it kind of like we would organize a live show setting and a track list from a live show, starting off with some tempo, and then, you know, having that kind of chill out a little bit, and then ramp it back up with some good tempo. And so it was a really interesting process, just diving in, trying to organize and reorganize all these songs to flow right. We were listening to the end of the one song and the beginning of the next one, and does that feel right? And there's so many little details that we went into, just overthinking, beyond overthinking, to make sure that it felt like perfect.
Can you just imagine the experience when you play the album and you're going on a road trip from the beginning to the end? And you did mention earlier that sense of urgency that you got to get this song out. You got to get this song out. How about quality control? Who does? I mean, is there? You have a team? Do you have like an approval group of your mom, your dad, or your homies?
You have no idea. I'm the luckiest guy in the world because I have 5 of my best friends who just so happen to be my biggest critics and my biggest supporters. So they're both the toughest on me and the ones that believe in me the most. And it is a really, really nice buffer because I know once it checks all of our boxes that it's ready. Because I'm a huge, I have a hard time letting things go, and I'll overwork a song to death, but I have that times 5. And so we do spend a lot of time. I've recut songs 5 different times just to get the vocal perfect. I've added sections upon sections of different background vocals and hundreds of stacks of the same thing just to make sure that it was like feeling the right way. So when it comes to detail work, that stuff I actually truly enjoy. I love being in the studio and creating and trying different things, and we'll think we're done with a song, and then we'll open it back up. Let's just, one more time, let's open it up, and then we'll change everything. Like it's a little bit scary, and we have some people that help us not overdo it to the point where we ruin it. And we're getting better at kind of like getting it to a point where the emotion of the record feels right and it feels authentic. And when that feels real and it feels good in that setting, then it's time to move on and to put it into mix and to not touch it anymore.
John, thanks for sharing that. Thanks for being real in that sense, because people have this misconception that artists are like, oh, whatever I feel and it comes out, it's perfect. But you're literally saying, listen, my buddies and I overthink it a little bit sometimes, and we're just like, we got to change everything about it.
Yeah.
These buddies of yours, are these the OG people that kind of pushed you, like when you were like, I'm gonna quit my day job and I'm gonna pursue music? Were they the ones that were like, bro, that's like the best idea ever?
They were like the ones that were like, you if you're going to quit your day job, then you actually got to start writing some good songs. Like,
wow.
basically like would call me out and saying, your voice is better than the songs that you're writing. We need to get in there, and we need to just write amazing stuff, and we need to make it worth it for all of us. And the beautiful thing about it is it's not just me who quit my job. Everybody quit their jobs, and we're all in on this with no safety net, work and pushing each other, and we're all out there kind of in that same place where this is it. We got to make this work, and that lights a good fire. Like, that keeps us motivated because we got to eat, and in order to do that, we got to continue to be creative. Even if we're not feeling it that day, we have to force it, and we have to get on top of each other and just make sure that like we're moving things forward. Because a lot of songs, they get to a certain place and then you just leave them to collect dust and wonder if they're in this like middle ground area where they're pretty good, but far from finished. And it's the people that you keep around you that help you push things to the finish line. And finishing a record is the most important thing, because if you don't finish it, it'll never come out.
For those that are tuning in, we have John Case joining us from Florida, singer, songwriter, and he's talking about, risking everything, quitting everything, and of course, getting into music. Now, was there ever a point that you hit a wall and you're like, oh my goodness? And what was that motivating factor for you? What did you use as motivation? Did you check out David Goggins? What did you watch or listen or read at that moment?
I'm a big I love Tim Ferriss's podcast. I'm a big Tony Robbins guy. I think that when you can get into your own head and tap into your own confidence and realize that your life is made of choices that you make and not circumstances that are around you, and you can really understand that to the level that makes you change the way that you treat people in a positive way, and understanding that it's all on you. All your success, all your failures, everything, it's all on you. So we constantly push each other. I mean, we were doing an acoustic show in 2017 in New York, and we needed a guitar player, and I called this guy Dante, and he blew me away, and we had one rehearsal. We went and crushed the show, and then the next thing you know, Elvis Duran hears about it, and we're on the Today Show, and he invites us to be the Artist of the Month. And then it was like one performance after another, and it was like 6 altogether. And after that, I was like, Dante, do you want to quit your job and move in with me? And he, without even hesitation, he left. He moved into my house, and we started working on music every day. And then more opportunities were going. So it was all momentum and belief and conviction and motivation, and using all that positive momentum to continue to build more positive momentum, and to believe in each other and learn more about each other and write better songs. And you just need a couple good days, because you write a song in a day, but you need to write 1,000 to find the one. And you just have to have a good day, because one song can change the world.
Wow.
I don't know if he's a singer-songwriter or if he's like a life coach, like the life coach that I needed, especially after the year we've had. But John, you've had an incredible year. Like, you truly have. And this is a great start to 2021 for you. I mean, you've got over 200 million streams. Your songs are being requested. They're being listened to. Even if you don't know, if people don't tweet you or Instagram story or whatever, people are listening to your songs. I mean, what does that feel like? Because like you said, you started 2017, you were writing these songs, you were playing all these like, little smaller gigs. And then all of a sudden your songs are everywhere. We're from the Philippines. We're interviewing you. You have so many Filipino fans. I mean, do you ever sit down with your buddies and look at each other like, how is this our life? Like, is this real?
We do all the time. And then, my buddies would be like, yeah, but we knew that we knew this was going to happen from the beginning. Like, I wouldn't have quit my job and moved in with you if this is not the way that I saw it going. And so that is just a testament to their belief in not only the process, but in me. And I don't look at it as a burden. I just look at it as I am the luckiest guy in the world because I have people that love what they do and are able to pursue what they love to do. I'm living the dream, and I get to do what I love to do, and I've loved to do since I'm a little kid, and that's sing songs that I love. And now it's so cool to be in a position where I'm singing songs that we have spent hundreds of hours to bring to fruition. And being an artist is so gratifying in that sense that you're not just singing other people's music. You're able to kind of create it and watch people connect to it. And I do see you Filipino fans. I do see you all the time sending me messages and encouraging me and telling me how much you loved the music and feel like If We Never Met is your story. And I think that's the most gratifying thing an artist can really feel and see, is that it's affecting people in a positive way. And that's all I've ever really wanted to do, is just do what I love to do in a way that makes people feel good and makes people happy. And I think that's why the music is genuinely bright.
I love him so much. I want to drink you and put you in my pocket, just like you, like bring you out on a bad day. Okay, John.
I'll motivate you. Get up in the morning. We'll go get it. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? But John, here on the show we have all our questions. You just go to the fun questions, man. You're famous now. You're making a whole lot of money. First, what was the biggest purchase? The first paycheck that you got, and what was the first thing you bought?
Well, you're looking at it. I'm sitting in it. It was I was getting into a house and not paying rent anymore, and being able to kind of build a little studio where I can continue to work out of. And thank God I did that, because I didn't know, this quarantine was all going to happen. But to be able to have a place that I can, comfortably sleep in every night and work on things. But I still the money's not crazy yet. We don't have let's go buy a big boat money. But maybe someday,
Let's go buy a big boat. I'm sorry, that was like a random thing I've heard all day.
Big boat money.
John, we will pray for that big boat for you. How about love and everything else? Quarantine has brought out the creatives in all of us. Songwriting aside, what are some of the funny, strange, cool, or new things that you've discovered about yourself, or that you've tried or done during this weird time?
So I'm not great at golf, but I've been taking some swings. I love, more than I realized, I really enjoy a good air fryer and cooking. We've been air frying everything over here, just like chicken fingers. You can air fry pretty much anything. I figured out. I haven't really found anything I couldn't air fry yet. It's been interesting. A lot of just weird dinners, and I'm like, why am I putting this together? But it seems like it works. What else? A lot of really, really long walks with the dog. A lot of trying to find time to decompress and get away from my phone.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough. Getting away from your phone.
Especially now, it's really, really hard. Because everybody knows that you're not at work or doing anything, so everybody just can hit you up all the time. So trying to find balance, and I've been trying to get physical a lot. I've actually been working out more than I ever have, and I think it's because I'm in this room so much that I'm in such a creative place so often that I need to make sure that my body is doing that too. So every morning I try to do something physical to balance out the mental strain. It's weird, going for a run or doing a workout is actually calming for me, because there's so much constantly going on around up here.
So it's like a long conversation with yourself, right? When you're running, when you're doing that thing, it's a self.
It just breaks me out of it allows me to just get everything out there and to breathe air that's not in the house.
John K is joining us from Florida. For those that are tuning in, you're watching us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and also over Monster RX93.1. Okay, so You're famous now. Who is the most famous person you have ever met so far?
Recently, I don't know. We did I met Benny Blanco at a gallery
Wow.
party. I met AJ Mitchell, who's a homie. Yeah, there's a couple really big producers and some artists that you kind of like ran into in a session here and there, but nobody like no, I haven't like run into Justin Bieber or anything like that yet.
Oh my God, that's a dream. Are you kidding me? That's the dream. John, we wish we could have you for longer. A couple of more questions before you invite everybody to listen to the album. You gushed about your wife and how, it's so nice to write love songs about somebody. And it's just like, oh man, ouch. Secret to a healthy, happy relationship, because a lot of couples started struggling when lockdown happened. They realized, yo, I can't see you 24/7 or
Spending
wow.
way too much time together.
Yes. So what is your secret?
The secret is always get to the resolve. Always like never go to bed angry is always a good motto to have. Like work it out. Whatever it is, stay in it until you work it out. And then kiss and make up and sleep in the same bed and don't go to bed angry. So I think if you really do that and you're honest about it and you commit to, learning how to love was a song that was written about not only like, do I need to learn how to love to even be in a relationship on the beginning of it, but it's a commitment to, I'm going to learn how to love you for the rest of my life. And if you think about it like that and you're committed to that, then you'll be just fine.
Last question on my end,
I feel it,
John. The journey so far, 2021, at this very moment, what is your message for yourself?
2021, 2021, don't overthink it. Just do what feels right.
There you go.
Short and sweet. I love that. John, thank you so much. Would you like to invite all of the Filipino fans listening on air and watching live right now to stream your songs, to request for it on the Monster? And, just let everybody know really why Love and Everything Else is just so great. Because it is.
Absolutely.
It is, people.
To all my Filipino fans, I love you guys so much. My name is John K. Please stream Love and Everything Else. Check it out. Let me know what you think. I think there's at least 1 or 2 songs on there that you'll really like. And again, I see you. I see the comments, all the love, and it means the world to me and keeps me inspired every day. So I love you guys.
Thank you, John. We love you too.
We love you too.
We love you too, John.
Love you.
Hope to
Love
see
you
you
both.
guys. Like, I hope to see you, your buddies, like soon when all is said and done. I hope you can come to the Philippines because I know everyone would love a live performance from you.
Absolutely. I cannot wait. Hopefully sooner than later.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely sooner. Congratulations. We wish you all the best. Stay safe and healthy.
Yeah.
Congratulations, America. Take care, John.
Thank you, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, John K. All the way from Florida. We learned so much. Karla.
I love him.
This is like, he just gave us the guide to 2020, 2021. It's not just getting the work done, it's putting it out there. Because
Exactly.
like myself, I would procrastinate. I would be like, I got this done, but I ain't putting it out. Now is not the time. Now is the time that we've come to learn from John. That's what it is, man.
I really enjoyed this interview. I hope you monsters did as well. It's so refreshing to hear an artist to be like, I overthink things too. Don't you worry. Like, it just made me feel so much better as well. That it's okay to sometimes overthink. It's okay when you don't feel inspired or you don't feel good to take a rest or to push yourself. I really, really loved today's interview. I hope you guys did as well. In case you missed it, don't forget, you can check it out over on Facebook and on YouTube. Share this video, like it, send it to a friend who needs it. Send it to a friend who's a fan of John K. Because, wow, great interview.
Music is feel good, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to hear his song. This one's Cheap Sunglasses. But on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Facebook, she is Karla Aguas.
He's Rico Robles Live.